Hello peasants, I'm Colonel Failure and this is Banished with the Colonial Charter mod, and you're joining me back in Colonelsburg. Last time around we added bison to our fleet of vehicles that will at some point be butchered and turned into comestibles. Probably not today, they have some breeding to be done. Today we're going to be focusing on two primary factors. The first of which is that starvation is both likely and imminent, which is exciting. The second of which is that we're actually low on housing. So we're kind of capped out on housing right now. As you can see, we're back up to the population we were pre-tornado in the good old days, prior to the tornado incident. And I'm not yet back up to the amount of workers that were involved at that stage of proceedings. So we are a little short on food coming in, and I'm reluctant to kind of put anything else out of business in order to service that. So it's going to be a question of whether we muddle through or not. Now, to bring you back up to speed, not that you're likely to be behind speed at all, but last year we produced 14,000 food and we ate 17,000. Trouble. This year, so far, and we're at the tail end of the year now, we've used 15,000 and we're going to consume pretty much all of it. So we're going to cut it close, but I've got the reserves, I think, to get us through to the end of the year. The challenge then really becomes, can we get through the following winter? Now, if enough students turn into labourers and then, by extension, farmers, we might be okay. I've got my bakery back up and running again. Let's play Find the Bakery. I'm pretty sure that's one. And then haven't I got a townhouse bakery as well? I have, but I haven't got that one enabled at the moment. So it's making, it's making hardtack bread, which I believe is a relatively useful item to make. But we don't have any further wheat being milled right now because obviously there was no harvest for it last year. So that's something to keep an eye on at a guess, and we'll just have to see how that turns out. So this ties into the kind of the main thrust of the plan right now, which is to kind of clear this area here and turn it into kind of a patchwork field. Patchwork fields, I suppose, largely so that I can hopefully increase the efficiency with which food is distributed throughout the town. We'll see whether that pays off or not. I will need a bison butcher at some point, or will I? Can this chap be? No, see, that's butchers are dedicated to their cause. No, mate, I only execute sheep. So yeah, that's a consideration. Now, I could create a couple more houses. My builders are standing around idle, as was observed last time around, which is pretty unusual for me. Usually I've got them, flogging themselves to death in order to just build every half thought through plan that I've come up with. That's a market, right? Yeah. Maybe it would be good to put one there for distribution purposes. That said, it's almost next door to the real actual market that I do have someone working at. No, we'll just leave that alone. Also, last time around we got fire bundlers on the go, and we've got reeds coming in there, which is excellent to help bolster our furnace fuel making. Or, in fact, see, look, we've got 500 stored fuel there. So maybe it's time to switch over. There we go. Switch over to using fire bundles for that, and that way wood can remain the precious commodity that it is. And we'll. Why are you cold? Go and get some firewood. Look, I've actually got some. Oh look, okay, Lasia's moved out. Well. Sucks to be you. Right, look, let's stop with this waffle and get something productive on the go, shall we? The question is what? Now, I've got 6 labourers, and I've kind of set a low cap of 5. It looks like I'm going to be okay for food, but I'm going to keep pumping farmers in until we cap out on the fields that we've got right now. And I know already that the number of I completely lost my train of thought. The number of fields that I have to work at, the worker field ratio is not perfect. But it is working somewhat. What's going on here? Have I turned? I didn't turn that back on. No, that's disabled. Right. Good. Right, now what I want to see is a properly healthy crop of wheat. And to me, it looks like, and I could be wrong here, but it looks like you've done a pretty poor job at planting the entire field. Right, let's get the rest of these resources on the removal side of things. Remove resources. Let's get everything this side of the road. Although these pesky trees are going to continue to be an issue for some right. Aha, merchant. It's always cause for celebration, isn't it? Right, what have you got for me? Oh, interesting. They've got all kinds of useful resources. Now, part of me says that I ought to buy this iron, given that iron is a finite resource. But equally, now is not the time to be buying iron. Equally, rope. Look at the sale price of rope. Okay, right. Well, that's worth noting. We could possibly do good with that in the future. Likewise, bricks. You know what? Elia the Hauler is welcome back any time, but I'm not buying today. Thank you very much. Cheerio. Right, look. What do we? The reserve of food is low. Well, they weren't selling food. We could put a governor. Let's put an official back to work. Yes, it's not the most efficient use of my personnel, but at least in doing so, it's going to bring in a little bit of silver. Which, of course, is an instantly tradable commodity. Yes, okay, I've got a feel for this now. So here's the scheme. Here's the plan. I'm going to replace all these fields with houses, probably move the market, and build a square. Well, it'll be more of a triangle, I guess, but a square on which the housing and the market sits. Possibly keeping some food production going over here, but that'll be the bakery and the mill and that kind of behaviour. While over this side is going to be the bread basket of Colonelsburg. This will be a patchwork of glorious looking fields. That's the scheme. Right, what do we got in here? That's full. We've got some bricks, maybe some nicer houses. Yeah, likewise, I think I might end up deleting all of this and converting it, which seems a bit rash. Do I even need to? Equally, I was going to try and do something up here that was a little bit more spectacular. So maybe I will. What do we got here? So this is a storage barn. That's a hunting cabinet. Okay. So we've got plenty of storage going on here, and then the governor's office and the town hall. Religion, yes. Oh, that's what I should be doing. Reserve of food is low. Well, I'm just going to turn a blind eye to that and hope it works out, because there's not a lot I can do about it right now. I have funneled everyone into it. Get me the professions list up again. No, I need that one, which is that one, right? And I use this one. There we go. That's purely so I can keep an eye on my labourer stock. Admittedly, the inherent beauty of this game is somewhat spoiled by the fact of the presence of the professions menu, but we'll keep it going. Right. No, look, food's coming in now. I think we ducked the imminent loss of all food services there. Right, worship and reverence, chapel. Parish house. No, look, if I'm going to build one, I want to build like something completely... do I want an abbey? Make products from local ingredients requiring no assistance or product delivery. these sound like my kind of job, my kind of chaps. Right, we're going to have an abbey and they'll brew us something splendid. Hopefully while providing much needed spiritual guidance to the fine people of Colonelsburg. Shall I put it here? Yeah, I think that's a good place to go. There we go. Look, see? Look, that's something being built. That makes a change. And then let's get a stone road on there so that they can zip about nice and quick. Right, what are they short? Logs and stone. Fantastic. I've got plenty of that. This is all quite promising. So I'm almost maxed out on farmers, which means I can enable another field potentially. Isn't this supposed to be... Oh no, that's the broccoli field, alright. And this one, chickpeas, obviously. Rock melon. Spinach. People here get a very balanced diet. Sugar beets. I believe sugar beet is the plural of sugar beet, I'm just saying. But were you to refer to the beets in question, then it would be beets. Grapes. Ooh. Maybe I should put someone to work on there. Well, let's not worry about it. Right. Meanwhile, the wheat harvest is on the go. So what have we got? 115 wheat. I hope you lads are up for some relatively hard work, because I want all of that milling. And I'm still a bit disappointed about the wheel not turning quite so much. Alright, so we are seeing... So when I started out we had 39 children in town. Now we've only got 34, and they're kind of moving through the student process to become something more useful. Like, you know, workers. But yes, I mean, as you can see, the road layout here alone is not brilliant. It's, you know, it's a little bit all over the place. So I think the opportunity to relay that in such a way that that there is the free movement of my peoples is probably a good way to go. What do? You make silver ore? No, you're a waste of money. Meanwhile, Team Log here. I could make furniture. Furniture at least is a good trading good. If that's a sensible thing to say. How are you getting on? Right, you've got all your resources. You're now just doing the build, so I can start to think about what we're going to build next. You know, the temptation is to move straight on to plan field, but what are you selling? Food galore. Well, I'll tell you what. You give me your lettuces. We'll have a nice salad. I'll give you some chickpeas and a bit of broccoli. How do you feel about that? Likewise, what else have I got in stock here? Not a lot of note. I've got 63 pottery, which is pretty high price. That's got potential for the future. Yeah, we'll just take your lettuces. Thanks, bud. Be on your way. Yeah, off you go. Because obviously the sooner you send them away, the sooner a new one turns up. Right, now got 3 spare labourers, so let's max out on farming, and then... What else do we want? A second baker, probably, is a good call. A second chandler... Well, that gives me more trade cash. Because obviously all my candles at the moment I'm using for trading purposes. Equally, gatherers, bringing a bit more food and some random odds and ends. Yeah, you see, don't you need a barrel maker in order to barrel wine up? I'm pretty sure you do. And it's got a word, and I know the word, and it's like I'll see it, and I'll remember that that's the guy who makes the barrels. It's what does a carver do? Oh, he makes statues. Person who makes barrels is called is it a farrier? No, that's something to do with horses. It's like horseshoe guy. it's something like that, though. It's an oldie English profession of sorts. I've probably gone past it twice, and you're all yelling at me for you know, missing the item. Have I missed it again? Joiner, no. Miller and Miner, monk. Hey, we've got an opening for a monk. Smashing, you're hired. What else? Packer, what do you do? Packages various goods for distribution to construction sites of new advanced works at the building supplier. I don't think I'm there yet. I think I've got some way to go before that's a thing. In the back of my head at the moment is a small thing that's saying, like, this isn't exactly the most riveting thing you've ever recorded there, man. Look, I'll either find it this time or I won't. Alright, I don't know. Who the hell is the guy that makes the barrels? Oh no, that's gonna bother me. That's gonna bother me. Sawmill, no. Someone who makes barrels. Smithing and crafting, fabrics and fibres, no. A stacks burner. Fuel refinery I've got. Maybe it's under food production. No, it'll be food refining. Luxuries production. Ah. Brewery. No, but where the barrels come from. Oh, I don't know. Right, you know, let's just give up on it and go and do something useful with yourself. Right, let's get the grapes back on the go here. Grapes, harvest, cut, pick up. Why is no one working here? What do you need? I need the foresty types who are called... Oh, I don't believe it. I'm looking through this again now to try and figure out what these guys are called. Why is this not sitting in my head? Why am I struggling with this so much today? It's like aren't they farmers? Who works here? Number of citizens. Well, you could tell me. Yeah, see, look, that's the farmer worker. Let's find another random worky thing here. See, that's a tent person. This one, farmy worker. Right, so I should have 3 more farming slots open for people to go and work me vineyard. Oh, I see. Go on. Yeah, get me... No, work. Yeah. And then here, work. You need to switch it on. Right, fine. In which case I've got another couple of openings. Let's get that going. Because presumably people will eat grapes even if I don't turn them into wine. Right? But, you know, just in case, I'm going to get me vintner on the go, because then I'll find out if I need barrels or not, because presumably they'll barrel up. They'll be barreling around, but things will barrel. What's happening here? Luxuries. Controls. Well, I don't want an upper limit for luxuries. Food 50,000, herbs 500. Product blueberries. No. Beer. That's what we want. Ale. Make beer. Beer make good. Meanwhile, another tradesperson has arrived. Whale meat. Whale blubber, which presumably can be turned into glue. Surströmming, which I believe is the incredibly smelly fish that it's illegal to open in many places. One of my many Nordic viewers will be able to bring me up to speed on that one, I'm sure. Although, okay, wedding pemmican is a new one on me. Someone enlighten me, what's wedding pemmican? No, I don't want any of that. Cheval cuts. Call it what it is, mate. It's horse meat. Right, let's get something else. My builders are now sitting around twiddling their thumbs again, and that never does a good thing for morale. So we've cleared a reasonable amount of space over here, so let's have a look at fields. And if 11 by 11, is that right? 11 by 11? I think is the one-person field size. That feels right to me. Okay, so let's get a few of these working. And I am going to leave space between each one and hopefully get a network of roads up once these are built out. I am potentially zoomed out just a little too much here, but that was quick. You never built that all in one go. Or maybe it's that there was nothing to remove underneath. See, I think this is relatively appealing already. Equally, I could do with someone whose job it is to pick goods up and move them around. Now, is that traders, the chaps who work the marketplace? Because, you know, I mean, I suspect it's also labourers as well, whose responsibility is for just hoiking stuff around your town. Yeah, see, this is what you get, builders, if you sit around twiddling your thumbs too long. I give you enough work to keep you busy for the next year. There we go, that'll do for now. And for some reason that one's just ready immediately. You see, that looks a bit better than it did before. And also I want to get a house on the go, which I possibly should have done before leathering the fields all over the shop. A mossy stone road. No, you don't want moss. With the amount of rain I get, people are going to be slipping around the place. Brick road, I think, will save for somewhere that really deserves it. Alright, that's stone road on the outside. Because even though I'm not actually transporting anything yet, you know, it makes sense to have everybody who's working in this area do so at a relatively high speed. Oh, no, there, yes, right there. Oh, what's in the way? I wonder if it's... okay, I'll wait. We'll wait and see what the mystery item is that's hidden under that section. There we go, fling that up there, good. Right, that'll keep people out of trouble for a bit. So we've got 3 fields up, this is great. And look at this for a healthy crop of wheat going on here. Meanwhile, these chaps have more or less caught up, which is excellent. How are we doing in Bakersville? 23 flour, that's pretty respectable. Equally, no, I have got both bakers at work now. I'm going to add my second chandler back into the mix. What fun. And another gatherer. Look at all these spare people I've got going on. Herbalists, no, they're excessive, we don't need them. It's the coat situation. Coat situation could be better. Let's get another hunter up. Stone cutter, no, we're good. We're okay for stone, but we're not so hot for metal. So let's miner up there. Melter, yeah, a melter feels to me a bit premature to be re-enabling that flaming charlatan. Right, this shore house. Now, I was reliably informed by Robin that yeah, see, I know that's me remembering an actual name, that I wasn't quite making enough reeds to bundle up. And obviously, these guys at the moment are just saying, nope, you are full of fuel. And I'm full of stone, which means those guys are just knocking around, waiting for something to happen. Well, that's positive. And why have you not got any? Go and get some. There's no reason for you to be chilly. I've got fire bundles on, you know, by the bundle that you could be, you know, setting fire to and having a nice time. I need to see if I've got any beer in stock. Where are I? Production. Yes, production's probably a good place. No, production's the wrong place. Inventory. Ale. Count 0. What about wine? Wine. Count 0. Now, it could be that people are drinking it. Certainly plausible. That said, I also had wine required by my dock. Wine. 0. All my workers are getting drunk. That's what it is. They're resorting to the bottle in order to live out life in the beautiful and majestic Colonelsburg. Can't say I blame them particularly. Yeah, and there's no wine or beer in there, is there? Now look, you've got grapes. So don't hang about. Give me some vino. Chateau Colonelsburg. Every vintage, a fine vintage. Right, definitely need more housing. Likewise, we could split the llamas up in order to double our llama sausage output. Is that a great idea? Oh, what's this joker selling? Seeds. How wonderful. Right, well, we recently bought lettuces, so lettuce seeds could be good. That said, I think peas or beetroot could be a better adventure for the town, because we've got grapes already. So let's go for peas. It feels like a staple. And pottery. Let's shift all the pottery. That's 875. So that's 200 and just short of 20. 200 and let's try 17 here. I'm overpaying by 43. Okay, well, let's go 210. Still overpaying. Oh, lummy. 205. There we are. You have that. You need 5 more in order to be a happy... Oh, let's spend a pfennig. Or 5. Thank you very much. Right. In that case, ooh, this is exciting. Well, as close to exciting as that we tend to get here, but this is going to be a pea field. Equally, I can grow hemp. Now, that would enable me to do rope. Surely. Or, you know, medicinal purposes. I'm doing it. Right, there we go. Let's max out again. Although I can't help but think I'm going to run low on storage. But we'll see. We'll see what we see. But you know, a nice diverse diet for people, and if I'm making hemp, then a rope maker will probably be something that is of value. Have I closed that window again? I only notice it when I go looking at it. I go click, click, click. Yep, done with that. Thank you. And then I have to go fish it back up again. That one. Business. This. Yes. No. That one probably. Something that looks like rope. That's a shipyard. That's not rope. Oh, it's very tempting to start making statues. Obviously, because we need loads of statues of me. A cooper! That's the guy that makes barrels! He's called a cooper. Right. This is potentially... right. Okay, thank you. Yes. Yeah, that's what we needed. We needed a cooper. Now, there's me vineyard. Here. Or me vintner. There's the mischievous abbots of the Colonel's Special Brew. So a cooper around... Oh, look at that. It's like a glove. Get in there. In fact, I might high priority this guy. Where's the high priority button? You can pause. Oh no, that said, you know, deliveries are happening. Let's bang everybody on building just for a mow, and that should breeze us through the remainder of the building requirements. In fact, let's leave 2 available to do other things. It's called a cooper. Yeah, see, it's because it's not in the list. So I have no idea who I'm supposed to hire to get there. Is he a woodworker or something like that? That's going to be a challenge. Presumably barrels are going to need a combination of wood, possibly planks, and metal with which to brace them. That would certainly be how I'd design it. What have we got? Chickens, plenty of. Here, chickens. We are back in business. Where do we kill chickens? Do we need a butcher? Food product, there we go. Butchery, chicken butcher. Or do we just, you know, go deal with... And also a bison, it's a bit premature for a bison butcher. We'll hold fire on that since we're going to redevelop this area. Good. Right, good. That's all jolly positive. It's called a cooper. told you. What does a quartermaster do? Procurement and military goods. Oh, okay. No, we're not there yet. We're going to wait and see if we're invaded by barbarians at some point. In which case I shall feign shock and dismay at them turning up relatively unannounced. I tell you, chandlery, very sound investment. Likewise, pottery, very sound investment for making plenty of cash. Okay, right. Look, that's gonna wrap it up for this time. We'll keep half an eye on the Cooper while I go through this, general post-amble. Yes, this next time, we're going to conquer the housing shortage, potentially by deleting our old fields. But I need to do a kind of a gentle transition from the old farming area to the new, in order that the supply of food is not unduly interrupted. That said, I suppose from the myriad traders who come my way, I could probably buy the food I need. But we'll cross that Rubicon when we come to it. Meanwhile, thank you very much for watching today. I've been Colonel Failure. It's called a Cooper, chap who makes barrels. Not a farrier, that's horses. I'm pretty certain it's horses. We've certainly got one person homeless. Maybe they could move into the eerily frozen house that we have over here. It's probably poltergeist or some nonsense like that causing mischief. Anyway, chuck us a like if you enjoyed this one. Hopefully you did, despite the endless minutes of me trying to figure out what a barrel maker's called. And subscribe if you haven't done so already, so you don't miss out on future escapades. Thanks very much for watching. Cheerio!